Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, morning, or wherever you're from. So today I'm going to be doing a bit more of this. I did enjoy it last week. I think we done the the Scout Trooper. So I thought, why not? Let's do another hangout. Just me and you guys. And I'm actually going to build a clone. It's a clone that I've had for a long time that I wanted to start to customize, to be honest with you. So I just thought I might just do another one as I'm here. You can pop in, pop out again. We've got the actual video here to record as I do. Um, Although after the live show yesterday, I did sit down and start doing my own bit of customizing, to be honest, just on my Todd. So I did start with this guy, and I've done a bit of blue paint around on here. I used the flat blue at the Mo. So what I've used on this so far is this one here, which is XF8, and I just applied it on there. The reason why I've had this for a long, long time, I think maybe probably about 4 months, and I just couldn't think of a concept that I wanted to do, but I wanted to go him with Commander Bezel, which is this guy here, which is one that come out on the Hangout not so long ago, and I want him to be part of his crew, and I want him to be a bit of a sniper. So what I'm going to do is finish off this guy with a little bit of red, add some extra little details. We'll blackwash him, give him his extra kind of like weathering effects and stuff on there as well, and polish him up a little bit. And then we give him a little sniper rifle, and I'm thinking we'll give him his vibro binoculars as well. If timing's not too late, because obviously it's like a drill. We're going to have to drill into the side of his helmet, and we'll just add those extra vibro binoculars on there if I know where they are. That's one thing. But yeah, so we're just going to add all that to this guy and make him look fan dandy. Actually, I did actually make this guy a little while back. So this is the guy that I kind of made just concept art and stuff like that from a little while ago. And this was supposed to be the one to sponsor the channel, but in the end, it ended up being this guy. But I think he's kind of grown on me. I've had him as a little 3.75 for a little while, so I'm going to turn him into this guy here. So as I said, I've already started on this part. Hey, Brian, hope you're doing well, mate. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. So next up, what I'm going to use, we've got flat red, fantastic, XF7, one of the better paints, to be honest. I used to use just a standard red and the blue, thinking they're the right, but the flat ones, yeah, they definitely come out 10 times better on the gloss. I've actually matte sprayed this guy as well beforehand, just to apply the paint to it, and I'm pleased to say that it actually applies really well to the actual figure itself. So we get some paintbrushes, and we'll start kicking this off. If I've actually still got some paintbrushes that are usable. Ah, you're at work, bud. What a shame. Have you done any more customs recently? I'm not seeing them pop up on the old Insta, but you know what Instagram's like lately. It just literally just decides to send stuff off when it wants to, and other times it just like ignores most stuff that you're into, which is a shame. I don't know why my phone just keeps doing this, keeps cutting out. Mm. There we go. So add that back and flip. There we go. Didn't do this the other week, but for some reason it's doing it today. Hey, teddy bear, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Mr. B, Mr. Bear, and Mr. B. I'm doing good, mate. How are you? So I'm making. Obviously, I made this guy, which is Commander Bezel. So as you can see, it sort of resembles the my channel's kind of colours, like the blue and red and stuff like that. So, which is this guy. And a little while ago, I made this guy as a 3.75, way before I made this guy. So I kind of wanted another platoon kind of guy to go along with this. So I've got my own kind of battalion. So this one's going to be like a sniper, and I'm using him as my old concept, and then we're going to make him into a larger form, but obviously a little bit more weathered, a little bit more beaten, and with a few kind of touches, so a few extra little things on there as well that we're going to add. So yeah, it should be good. I've already done the blue. I did the blue last night, and I thought, oh, do you know what? This will make a good little YouTube video. So here I'll be. So quite a simple one, which is what it's what I kind of I love a simple clone. Like when you're making them, when you're painting stuff. As much as I do enjoy it, I do like a simple one as well. Um, what about a heavy pike on your own squad? A heavy pike. Looking great. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I've got some vibro binoculars. I'm going to Dremel in the side of his helmet in a minute to put the sort of thing on there, and then maybe I'll find a sniper rifle in some of my fodder boxes as well. Give him a little bit of weathering as well. Add all that on there. So yeah. You have a commander, a sniper. What about a heavy? Yeah, well, obviously after a while, I probably could do a heavy. Uh, no, no, the heavy helmet I got is a phase two, but later on I probably could do it. I actually kind of want to build up like an actual squad as well of these guys. So yeah, I've got a few kind of ideas and concepts of like different forms of armor and stuff that I want to do. We're making the Mandalorians from the last few episodes. Nice. There's quite a few cool ones actually. Did you make the brother and sister? Phase one superior. Absolutely. We know the phase one rules. It's got such a distinctive helmet though, isn't it? It's such a better helmet than the phase two. Even though phase two, I would agree, has better color schemes on the armor. But you know, is what it is, I guess. Let's get a better paintbrush for this. Yes, I made the siblings. Nice. Is that the only ones you made, or are you making a few more? New releases, they look brilliant, to be honest. Like fives, what's the other guy? Echo's already Jesse, which has already been confirmed, but finally getting those two ARC troopers. Ahsoka, she looks really cool. The Magma Guard, they're all really cool. And it's kind of nice that there's a lot of sort of different bits from different eras and stuff. And we've still got some of the Kenobi figures coming out. We've still got a few other bits, still got a few Andor figures coming out, even though not really for me, but it's just kind of nice to have a bit of diversity around. And, so I think, kudos to the team. They've done really well, but I think it's because it always is better early in the year because they haven't got a franchise to like boost up. Because like was it September time or whenever Andor was coming out, like the whole figure range was just Andor, which would it's not Andor's fault, but a lot of the figures would just looks boring, doesn't it? But yeah, like definitely all the figures that are coming out, Black Kazantan, just yeah, all of them look really cool. I hope they start acknowledging phase one more and we'll get to see live action sometime soon. I don't think we will because a lot of times the phase one was sort of like the start of Attack of the Clones, wasn't it, and stuff like that. So I just don't think we will, unless they do a little bit more around that sort of like the early phase and sort of revisit the sort of the 2D cartoon sort of. I can't remember. I'm racking my brain what the director was called. Like it was like a style, wasn't it? But I think phase one really is probably dead, and I don't think they will make phase one versions of clones and stuff unless it's a Pacific, like the army builders, like a shiny, a lieutenant, sergeant, and all that lot again. But if they make any from the other ones, it will be a phase two, should I say, not season two. Where are we? Let's have a look down. They were the first ones I made. Cool. How many do you reckon there is? There's quite a few in there. There's hundreds, isn't there? I'm up to 4, including the brother and sister. Nice. Search of quills to make foundlings. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like, I suppose you could get a 3D printed head and stuff like that. That's the good. I'm not going to repeat that. Hello there. Hi, Tom. How you doing? This is a must-on upgrade of the Book of Boba Fett Star Wars Black Series Boba Fett. We do need 100%. I've been saying that for a long time, and I watched the Foosh the other day, and he said it as well. I was like, yes, come on. There's more supporters of getting an actual Book of Boba Fett. And and they could do an early 3D Clone Wars. That'd be pretty cool. Like Clone Wars, but remaking the original Clone Wars as well. Because I still think it's canon. I know they say that it's not canon, but I mean that's how Anakin got his scar, in my opinion. There's quite a few stories that doesn't even sort of like counteract what happened in Clone Wars anyway. So yeah, I think it's just fine. Flashbacks to Ahsoka, maybe. Yeah, it would be cool. We do need more phase one clones, that's for sure. I think they just look better. I even like the arcs look better as well. My camera's paused, isn't it? My phone's gone off again. There we go. Don't know what's going on with it. Can I have stay on? Mobile smart. Right. I've got to turn that off and then turn that on. Right. Hopefully that will sort it. Right. What troopers are working on? I'm working on my own custom, just my own design for the channel, being the red and blue guys. I still haven't actually. I mean, we come up with a name for this guy. Oh, it was the 186th Battalion, wasn't it? But I kind of need a name for the squadron. What about a custom commander from the Old Republic? I'm not up to speed with the Old Republic kind of stuff. That's one thing I kind of lack on, and one thing I'm not really looking forward to. If they go back in those sort of eras, and I know that's a bit of a bad thing with me, but I don't know. There's something about the Old Republic. I just find it a bit boring. But I've seen so many cutscenes and all that from the game. It looks really fantastic, but I don't know. It always kind of reminds me of like a sort of like a bit like Visions, you know, like a Japanese bootleg kind of version of like Star Wars. I don't know why. There you go. Just let him dry for a little bit. Hello, Rhino. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? So has anyone picked up any new sort of like stuff? Picked up any new figures? What have you pre-ordered? Let us know. Just got to change this around. I was going to pre-order the other day, but in the end, I just didn't bother pre-ordering. I should do because I still need a Mara Jade, and I still haven't picked her up. But then a lot of the websites are saying that she's not available yet until August. So unless a lot of people got it early and then it was coming out, but not too sure. But I was kind of hoping to pick her up from Star Wars Celebration, but that didn't happen. Okay, I need to go to content live. Okay, put this on. We'll put that on. There we go. Let's come back to you guys. There we go. All right, let's have a look. Let's see if I can find that rangefinder thing. Let's have a look. Oh, come on. Crash bang wallop. Yes, here it is. I've got so many like clone blasters now that I'll bring it around here. That clicking on. I've got so many wires. But yeah, a whole tub just full of DC rifles and carbines and everything in there. But this is just my sort of like a little tub of goodies. Just move it out of the way. It's got like all your heads and stuff. I've got some 3D make, so some fan scent. I've got a 3D head here of a heavy trooper, and then just lots of overs, sort of like the old clone helmets. And this one here. My camera's gone off again. What is going on? What's going on? We are back. Come on, flip around. There we go. But there we go. What kind of paint I'm using? I'm using Tamira's, so the acrylic, just on these ones here. It's what I've always used. A lot of people use some other ones like Citadel and is it Valley Joe or Valia? I can't remember the name of it. I've used these before. These are called Ammo Mix. I thought they were really cool, to be honest, but they're really oily. So they're not that great. So I did used to think they were really cool, but they're not. So I've gone back to Tamira, and yeah, definitely better. Always buy XF ones. Don't buy the ones that just says X, because the flat versions are a lot better than the other versions of them. So, and don't buy the lacquer ones either, because they just dry your brushes out, and it dries super quick. You won't be able to paint with them, to be honest. Val Eho is spelled. Okay. I never used it. So I know some people out in America, they use, is it Apple Barrel as well? I think it's a Walmart kind of paint and stuff like that. So it's spelled Valley J. That's what I use. Cool. Yeah, I know a lot of people use them. I've just used Tamira from the start, and I've no need to change really. Sometimes they have annoyed me, but I think it doesn't matter. Like I've got the XF2 here, white. It's just horrible. It's like painting with chalk or Tipex. But I found out that every single white paint is the same. It's just horrible. Horrible paint to paint with is white. But yeah, nonetheless. All right, so add a couple more layers for this guy. And actually, I think his leg's still dry in there. Almost paints that Adam Savage has. What does he do? I used to watch his channel loads, to be honest. Another good customizer that I well, I still watch. He still pops up on my YouTube just now and again. It's not like all the time. Um, is oh my god, I even watched him today. Cosplay Chris or something like that. Does really cool customs, and he shows you everything and how he does it as well. Um, you know, and he uses all sort of like manner of different paints and stuff as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Mhm. I think I've actually got a bit of black on this paintbrush, but we're going to weather him up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There we go. Archive X. Never heard of those paints before. Yeah, no, he does definitely do pretty good work. Commander Cook is a great customizer. Definitely, I've seen Commander Cook. The people, I mean, when I first started on YouTube, there was quite a few people around that are really cool. But they've since closed down their YouTube channels. And I have no idea why, but 1 minute they were there and then they were gone. But it used to be a guy that used to make untolds of like empire kind of sort of based customs. They were really, really cool. And he's gone. I think it was like Darth. What's that? I can never remember that one's bloody name either. I am a Star Wars fan, honestly. Is it Narlissus or something like that? I'm sure it was like his YouTube was sort of based on him. Right, so just get a little bit here. Touch up on these masks. Like so. And then, did I do his? No, I didn't do his shoulder pads. Mm-hmm. There we go. Right, I'm just going to turn the light on because it's getting dark in here. The sun's going down. The sun's coming down. The Hulk's lullaby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was him. But yeah, he had a massive. He had his bedroom, and it was just literally caked in Empire style. I mean, this is going back way before. My phone keeps going off. You're in use, mate. Stop going off. But yeah, his bedroom was completely full of just Empire figures, just like officers, ones that he's made up himself, ones that he's made up from sort of like legends and stuff. It just had loads, and then all of a sudden his YouTube was just gone, just disappeared, closed it down. Hello there. Oh, look, I ruined that, didn't I? Although it is one of my most cringy Star Wars lines I think ever. But General Kenobi. The sun's getting real low. Yeah, that's what I felt. Yeah. Gonna head off now. Can't wait to see the finished figures. No worries, matey. And don't forget, get your dad to join the Facebook group. So yeah, all good. All good in the hood. So we just let this guy dry. I will pull out my Dremel from somewhere. Oh. Hmm. Right. Where's that? Okay. I think I might use a drill point, and then we get that in there. This is a sad bit when we start ripping through the plastic of our beloved action figures, but it is in the love of making these guys cool. Got so many wires around here. See, I could have got all this prepped before going live, but then it wouldn't be fun, would it? Right. Oh, there we go. Scary stuff. We have a drill. We're all ready to go. Right, let's catch up with you guys. The sun's getting real low. It sure is. Going to head off. Yep. I see models had a great videos of Star Wars models and clone tubers. He quit the channel and deleted his amazing content. Yeah, I don't know why people like delete the channel. I mean, I would just leave it going and just reminiscence on it like 9 years later. Like, I would hate to close my channel down. You know, I would just leave it there for, you know, and if it happened to me, at least the kids got something to watch and listen to me. I have the question: is it possible with Aliexpress knockoff Black Series figures to remove the helmet and repaint in the clone head? Yes. Yep. You can do that. This is a bootleg clone. Just be careful with it at the moment. But just underneath there, you see a helmet. I haven't taken this one off. I couldn't be bothered to do it. But yeah, the head is underneath there. It's a really nice sculpt as well. So you are be able to do it. Obviously, you've got to paint it completely up because it is pure white. I did have one. I can't remember which one it was now, but I did actually do it. I think it was like the first ones I ever picked up. I want to say it was the 32-second clone. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'll show you. No. Oh no. No, it is doable. I just remembered which clone it was now. I just pulled Hauser thinking it was. Oh, look, my bloody phone, man! What's going on? Gonna make me angry. Flip back. Come on, flip. Right, there we go. Right, so that was Hauser. I thought I'd done that, but I remember I purchased this guy because it was the first clone that they'd done on here, and it was a 32-second clone. So it wasn't that one. The one I did do. See if I can get to it without knocking everything down. Woo. Woo. That was close stuff. This dude. So this is a bootleg phase 1 clone trooper. Obviously, you can tell because these bits are all hard, and yeah, you can remove the helmet. I didn't paint it up, obviously, but which is good. You can see the actual sculpts inside. So there you go. That is a bootleg clone head. So it just looks really good, in my opinion. So yeah, you can do it on all. All of them have it. They're literally exactly the same as the officials. So go with your heart content. It sounds like I live in a really busy, like New York place, doesn't it? But I literally live opposite a police station, so they're always like whizzing up. Saw the video. Does it Camino clone? Yeah, the Camino clone trooper was an official. It was an official one because the bootlegs don't do a Camino yet, which is weird. They've been making their own ones and stuff now. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to just put this in here. Yes. Actually, I shouldn't do it, No, it's bad, but yeah, go for it. All right, so we are going to go low setting. And we're just going to drill into the side down here. I'll send it off, actually. I don't know how bad that is on the cam, but we've got this little hole there on the side of his helmet. We're just going to drill into that. Ow. Right, all done. Hopefully the hole's not too big. If it is, we can actually just fill it out with some hot glue, which is fine. Just going to neaten that up a little bit. I probably wouldn't recommend the drill bit. I would recommend one of the other small bits, but I don't have them. They're sort of like, I've had the Dremel for so long, it's like disappeared. So here we go. Shoop. Rangefinder fixed. Whoop. It's a bit loose, but yeah, it's fine. Whoop. Is that upside down? No, no, it's flat. So yeah, you've got that on there. So we can paint this up and give him a bit of that as well. Don't know what colour to go for. Oh, his legs are still not dry. Look, got red all over me. Doofus, what's going on? Du-du-du-du. I think I'm going to go blue on those. Might paint the whole thing blue actually. And we do the black line through the middle. Let's go for it. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I still got some ARC troopers to customize as well. And well, I guess now, like, I mean, I've got an ARC trooper phase 2 now because obviously, like, Fives is coming out, and so is Jesse. So I've got the phase 1 Echo for a repaint. So maybe like a Rancor squad, one of them, I guess, I might make. I'll paint that up a little bit as well inside just to thicken it up a little bit. Put those there. So that's all painted up. Lovely, lovely. What have we got here? Do you have a custom Jedi or custom Sith? I don't have a custom Sith actually, but I do have a few custom Jedis. Don't really want to pull them down because otherwise I'll just end up with like so many on the desk. But if you go back on the channel, you can see a few. Actually, no, I can pick them up. They're only just there rather than explaining. So got a few customs. Is this live? Yeah. So one of the first ones I've done. This is an Obi-Wan body with a bootleg Darth Maul head. So I just made like a male Zarback Jedi generic sort of thing. This was the Obi-Wan tunic, like the episode A New Hope. So it went down quite far. So I just cut it back up to here. So he's got this sort of tabard area and stuff like that. I probably need to do this. Is before I used to do matte spraying, so I probably need to do it because he's gone a little bit glossy. But yeah, so his head kind of just there was like a Zarback on Google that I kind of just copied. So underneath that is actually obviously Ray Park. Actually, you can see it looks pretty good, like Ray Park actually. But yeah, so that was one of my ones there. The next one I did was a Rodian. His ear has since fallen off. It's gone a little bit brittle and his ear fell off. But I did a Rodian custom Jedi as well. And this one is actually based on the Obi-Wan from episode three's body. I have a second one here because I picked up quite a few from Entertainer when they were about £5 way back when. So yeah, we've got that one there. And then I picked up, I didn't like it, which was the Mace Windu from the Clone Wars. The plastic pauldron thing, I just didn't like it. It just didn't look great. It just looked a bit more like an action figure doll rather than an action figure. So I kind of went down, as you know, I like sort of mixing a bit of franchises, and then we have this guy here. So it's on a Mace Windu's body. We've got Power Ranger turtle hands on here as well, and yeah, Leonardo head. So it's all fully articulated. It's all great. So he's sort of like part there. I did actually make him to be sort of like my clone Jedi to go with, obviously, like these guys sort of thing. So yeah, just got a bit of fun sometimes with these guys. And when I painted it up, I thought, oh, it's Leonardo, he'd be blue. But I just realised I sort of like copied Anakin when I made it. I was like, oh, it just looks like Anakin's robes. But yeah, nonetheless, we have the Leonardo Jedi General. I think that's it for Jedi's. Obviously, I've got this body here, so sooner or later, one day he will become a custom as well and have another Jedi on the shelf. So, but I just think I just love. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that recreate figures that are out of people that are already out there, which is fun because it's kind of nice sort of adding them to the shelf. But I kind of like just having a little bit of a laugh with the figures. That's why I've got like a Captain America clone trooper. I've got the turtle clone trooper. I've got a skeletal one, which is just there. Power Ranger one, which is just there. Just bringing in some sort of things that I enjoy over into the clones, just gives it a laugh. But then obviously before I was just sorting this one out the other day because this fell off, so I had to get a new one. But just having the Phase 1 Captain Rex as well on the shelf is pretty cool to have a Phase 1 Captain Rex, isn't it? You can't get better than this. So it's what started it all. Captain Rex is 100% my favourite clone. So yeah, just having a Phase 1 version of him on the shelf is just, yeah, brilliant. Right, so let's get back to this guy. Let's add a little bit more paint on here from the for his rangefinder. That's right. Just need to touch up that leg. How many of you in the chat have tried doing customs? Paintbrush falling apart. Right, there we go. Just let him dry for a little bit. We can have a chat. What ones have you done, Rhino? I must have seen them because obviously I follow you on Instagram. So I've also been updating my Joes as well, while I've been sort of like chilling out. Just giving this guy a little bit of extra brown for his his leather effects. I did a bit of silver on here. I need to make this grenade green. Done some extra bits on his belt. Got some extra buckles and stuff there just to blend it all in, make it a little bit more kind of like so it's all matching. And done his guns and stuff as well. So still needs a spray over the top just to make him more matte, but just adding those extra effects, just over on these guys, like just silvering off the little buttons there on the side, just just adds a little bit more realism to the figure. So yeah, it's coming along pretty all right. Dee-dee-dee-doo. I'm working on a custom right now. What are you working on? I want to try to make a hut slayer lair for the ceremony lair. Yeah, I mean, I missed out on that as well, to be honest, and I would love a hut slayer lair, um, just to finish off the layers because now I've pretty much got them all. We have well, the only one that they haven't released is the Bespin Lear, isn't it? Lear in just the in a sort of gown sort of type thing, but that's it. After I got her, I would need a slave Lear, but then I don't want to pay loads of money for a slave Lear when she looks quite crud. But I've seen a few people use the ceremony Lear as a gateway head towards it, and also I've seen a Hut Slayer Lear original body and someone putting the head on there. Maybe Rhino, did you do that? I know someone did on Instagram that sort of looks similar on your bits. Middle make Bly Starcorp. Yeah. I'm hoping that they do make more Starcorps. I'm hoping the bootlegs start doing some Starcorps. But I picked up a cheap Bly and turned him into a regular Starcorp grunt. A few repaints of Joe's, Kit Basher of Python, Cobra Officer, and Croc Master. Cool. Yeah, there's a few that I enjoy doing the GI Joe customs as well. Actually, I'm always going to change Stalker to the English version of Stalker, which is Jammer. So he's got like a very light green camo with black, and then he has a red beret. So I'm thinking of changing my Stalker to that because my Stalker over here was Snake Eyes. Also made a custom Sith. Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't done a Sith. Maybe. The commander Obi-Wan paused trying to find attack Obi head. The commander Obi-Wan on pause. Hey? Oh, you're making the clone. Oh, I've got it. I understand now. He was making the commander Obi-Wan, but it's on pause because you've got to try and find the head. Yeah, I guess the Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan Kenobi is probably quite hard to find now. I haven't actually seen it at all, to be honest. I ain't seen it on any sort of sites and stuff, but I haven't really gone off looking for it. But okay, so this guy's sort of getting along there. He's got a few sort of kind of a few scuffs along there, so we can actually tidy that up a little bit. That is still wet. Brilliant. Well done, Steve. But we can use my little lollipop sticks or cocktail sticks. And then we'll start just getting this more straighter. Mm, 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 mm. And just add some chips and things into him while I'm here. I remember when I started first customizing, like I never wanted to add like weathering and stuff on the figure. So I was just like, nah, I've just ruined all my work that I've done. But it does add to the figure. Like once you've finished it and done all that, as long as it's not too much, as long as it's not really breaking away from the pattern and stuff, and it's just way too much, but as long as you get the edges, kind of a little bit of a story, like I always kind of like think of a story like when these guys get attacked, like I just think like maybe something just scratched him across this knee pad. It was such a bad scratch that it kind of went down a little bit and it jagged across his shin. So then I kind of sort of like blend it downwards, like sort of things like this. And I kind of think that just as I'm doing it. Any other sort of chips and stuff that we've already have in the paint, I just can't be asked to go back over. So I'm just going to add to it as well. So it just kind of blends it in. Pick up the edges, the sharp edges and stuff as well. Just in certain places. So he is. Well, I'm just going to add some extra details on here. I just need a paintbrush for that. Oh, sorry, guys. I've been getting carried away. Hey, Rhino. Hey, Mr. B. Which is better, bootleg for Phantom Menace Mall or the fake Black Series box, misspelt Star Wars, or the one that claims to be SH Figure Arts? I would always go with the Black Series type. bootlegs. The SH Figure Arts ones, the paintwork and stuff on there just don't look as great as what they sort of show in the pictures. Just doesn't look good. I did buy a Return of the Jedi Luke, and it wasn't great, to be honest. It was just horrible in the end. Even though, as much as I said that it looked okay, but it wasn't. That's one of the best methods right there. Yeah, good old cocktail stick, can't go wrong. Cleans up the lines. It doesn't make them perfect. Yeah, that's it. I mean, someone else, I think they used some sort of like tape, and then they sort of paint over it, and when they peel it off, it kind of does it. But I, as much as I like weathering, I like to be in control of the weathering, if that makes sense. Like, I like it to go like, oh, there we go. We've got a scar across this way. We've got a dent across this bit, and all that sort of stuff. And that's the bit I kind of like. Um, oh, I hate when I tidy up. What did I do? Oh, there it is. There it is. So what other part? Oh, actually, no. Let's put that way. Don't need that now. What I want is the white. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to add in the extra details that I want on the figure. So just to pull him line in the same class as this guy, we've got the white triangle, which is kind of like throughout the actual figure itself. And what I did on the original guy down here, I've got the symbol there on his sort of his right breast. I don't think I'm going to do the dots because dots are hard. I've got the symbol on both of, so I might put the symbol on this one, symbol on this one, and just leave it as that. I think. Oh, so many wires. That's the wrong paintbrush for it. Honestly, I hate white paint. You have too much, and then you got too little. Right, there's one, and then we do one on this side as well. Whew. There we go. I think what we're going to do is just like add a white stripe through this as well. Add some chippies. Do you like pina coladas? Just leave that to dry a little bit longer. Diddly-dee-dee-dee. Oh my god, I'm like right behind. All right. Switch Jedi Ruins Boba overlay. God vamp 10 times better. Yeah, I still need to do an update on my Boba. It's just a case of getting down doing it because it's just a little bit more intricate than any other upgrade. So I just need to get down and just do it. It's probably I'm making it more complicated than it actually is. But yeah, so the ruins one I'll definitely make. I bet it looks incredible. How good is Tomorrow Paint? Brilliant, apart from white. Don't use the white. Mr. B has sent me a photo. Looking good. Looking good, mate. They're so colourful, aren't they? Those Mandos. It's just pretty cool to see some like nice colours on the shelf for a change. Yeah, so as I said, like Tamira Paint, I've gone off them and I've gone back to them, and I wouldn't go back again. I don't think. I've never used Citadel or anything like that, but it's just when it comes to the price of it, these little tester pots here or these sort of ones here, they cost me about £2.25. For that, I mean, it's going to last me a long time. So I can't knock it for the price that they are, and they're a lot more easier obtainable because I've got a model shop just around the corner. I usually rough up the lines with removing the masking tape with a toothpick. I want even paint coverage, but not super clean lines. Yeah, that's it. Once I've done it, when I put the actual black wash on there, I'll probably like complement the black lines with my Gundam marker, and then I'll add in the shading and other parts as well. So yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I'm actually thinking about putting the grey cheeks on the side, like I've done here. This guy, but no, I won't. I'll just keep him plain. It's just a grunt at the end of the day. It's just a grunt dude. Come on, bloody paint with him. Okay, so black, flat black is what I need. My little thing's not moving down now. What we got here? Yep, I got it right here. The colours, yeah. I mean, the colours are, when you look at a lot of the Star Wars stuff, it's all browns and or blacks and a little bit of red here and there. But yeah, those Mandos. But then Hasbro won't even jump on them either, though. That's the thing. They would just do the ones that are at the forefront. I'm kind of looking forward to the Fleet Commander, though. I do like his armor; it looks pretty cool. Do you have some custom Mandos? I do. I have got some custom Mandos. I'll show those in a sec. I've got no hobby stores around here, and the quality of paints I use is cheap warm-up paint, but still works well if you keep up with the consistency of the paint. Yeah, I think any paint's pretty good. As long as it just applies to the figure well, it's absolutely fine. And then seal the hell out of it, yeah. Now, Rhino's sending me pictures. Yeah. Oh, no, this is going crazy. Come on. That's pretty cool, mate. They're really cool, kind of like concept. I kind of like those troopers, but I never actually got around doing it. So there you go. That's Rhino's custom Sith there, using one of those guards, which is pretty cool. I actually quite like the look of them. I've never got around to getting the actual figure. Custom Mandos. Oh. Right, I don't want to like toot my own horn here, but I actually think these are my my better work, to be honest. So my first custom Mando, this is using that axe wove body. So I absolutely love The Last Samurai. I would even say it's probably my favouriteest film. So I had to have a samurai sort of like a Mando figure. So I actually went down the line here and done all like the little stitching kind of parts, and that was using the Gundam marker as well. You know, we gold off all the buttons and around on the side and stuff. And then I used, this is actually one of my old shirts that I've made a little cape out of. So we've got the long hair that flows down the back, and underneath it is actually Tommy, the Green Ranger, Lord Draken. I actually made this custom, and then like 2 days later, he died. But yeah, it's kind of like a nice little homage there to the guy. And then the helmet fits over the top. And then down on the bottom, we just got this sort of parts here. And this sword, I think, come with the Ninja Tote Green Ranger from the Turtles sort of thing. So it was a pretty cool little mix around on there. So that's that one. And then the one we just done quite recently is the Predator Mando. So he is pretty cool as well. So we got all like the dreadlocks are actually from the NECA on that one, and the rangefinder comes down, so it's like red. So it's kind of like the visual kind of thing on that. Added a bit of milliput to just sort of blend it in, so it looks like it actually enters the helmet with all the sort of like dreads, and all the other bits are taken off from the actual NECA figure of a Predator, and then added to the actual axe waves on there as well. So all the armor and stuff on there's all been metallic, and then we got like his wrist gauntlets as well. We put on the wrist blades and stuff around on there, and we've got some of those extra little details. And then he has a removable helmet as well. Not the greatest head. It was the only head that I had that kind of fit. This is actually a Red Ranger. Kind of looks a little bit plain and a bit boring compared to like the actual armor that he does. But we got the bandolier as well. That was from the NECA figure, and we kind of just added it to the back. And but it's quite cool. He's got a removable helmet, you know. So yeah, nonetheless, there he is. But I love how these two turned out. And I didn't rush them as well. I did take my time over the top of them. Just going back up, back it up. So yeah, Mr. B saying, but the Walmart ones are good basic whites. Oh, if they got a good white, I mean, Christ, I mean, this thing here is it's just like chalk. It's horrible. But maybe I have probably left it out too long in certain times as well. Meanwhile, I'm painting up Scorch. Nice. I hope you're following my tutorial. Believe it or not, they got some pretty good metallic art paint as well, which is good. Very cool, Steve. Thank you, Mr. B. Mix a lot of my own colours. Nice. The red and gold combos on the Mando really pops. Yeah, no, it is a nice. Well, yeah, I mean, I just based it after the armor that was used in last Samurai. Here's a good idea. Use the elbow pads from the clone trooper upside down, and you can have clone commander. Oh, good idea. But then I would have clone troopers without elbows. So, and I wouldn't want to waste a clone without just using the elbows. But if you have got plain clones and you can do that, that's cool. I kind of just thought I'd just make my own and they just clip on just to finish off the aesthetic look. And awesome. Thank you. Okay, so a little bit of black. I'm just going to add it onto this little rebreather bit down here because that's what is missing. And my phone's decided to die once again. My phone is literally burning up here. Okay. There we go. Come down a little bit. There we go. So add that on there. I think that's kind of it. So and just on his rangefinder now, I'm just going to do the black line. There we go. These ones are actually from the other Bly. So I know I said earlier I bought a cheaper Bly. That's actually all it was from. So I bought a cheaper Bly to make an original Star Corps. It doesn't have these, so I took them off, and now obviously it's applying to this guy. Samurai Mando is outstanding. Thank you so much. Very creative. Thank you. I love the Samurai version also. Do you have a custom project, Blackwing Trooper? No. Love custom Mandos. Ooh, there we go. You seen Fortnite's added prequel thing? Yeah, I've been playing it. I've unlocked Darth Maul already. Anyone, I do stream on Twitch as well. So if you look back at some previous posts on the community part of the YouTube channel, there you will find the link to my stream. So sometimes I do stream. I don't stream all the time, but sometimes I play Fortnite and I do stream a little bit. Pretty good work. Thank you very much. It's singing Epic Games roster, EA, Disney, how they treat Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, Fortnite really go to town lately, and especially some of the actual skins and stuff are just really cool. There's one about 104 facing helmet brows are not painted black. Yeah, I mean, obviously they probably looked at the concept art of Clone Wars, haven't they, on those sort of parts, which is it's fine. I think they should make a video of clones and stormtroopers were not allowed to paint over black brow. Yeah. Well, we say that. I mean, Waxer and Boyle. I mean, I think it was one of them. He had actually had an orange brow, but again, in the Clone Wars, it wasn't painted, so it was kind of missing. So when I made the custom, I actually peeled off the paint off the brow and painted it orange. But really, I should have just left that and done the orange underneath. But I don't know. I think if I added the black brow, it'd make it look a bit odd. But anyhow, that's how it sort of turned out. But when I'm doing a custom now, I always make sure it has the black brow, it has the grey tube line around the back. So that's kind of my to go to rules, that it would always have a black brow and whatnot. Now, did I? No, I didn't. And even the bootleg, either Wax or Boyle, one or the other, they actually gave it an orange brow as well on that one as well. So yes, right. Okay, so this is this guy so far. Just going to sort of weather him up a little bit, touch up, get rid of some of this over sort of like little paint splatches that we have, which would just get lost in the black wash anyway. Another way to get through is a knife. If you if the cocktail sticks ain't matching up. And then we're just going to add some details with the Gundam marker. So what I normally do with these bits here, so if I've got like scuff marks, I just kind of give it a bit more of a 3D effect by sort of just dabbing the mark around underneath the actual scuff. And it just kind of like, not every single one, just sort of like up and down and around, but it just kind of adds that kind of extra, like it's got a bit of dirt around the bottom of the cut, if you like, you know. And then you can sort of like prolong it a little bit longer as well. So it's kind of like there's a chip on the paint, but it's also there's a mark along. And the reason why it's got a mark along is because it's sort of marked onto the armor itself. A lot of people do this by paint, but I draw more than I do paint. So I just kind of sort of like sometimes rather apply it by my own hand than rely on a paintbrush. And I kind of just add around in the contours of the actual figure itself, just so it kind of gives that sort of definition. Can add in a bit more there. Just finish off that paintwork. Mm-hmm. Just realised I was supposed to paint these up his elbow pads. Whoopee. So just paint these on quick. Right, let those dry a little bit. Right, where we get back to. I also like to see court animation Black Series versus Fortnite. PUBG versus Fortnite court animation. Have you ever thought that this hobby was embarrassing because my friend know me and they sometimes make fun? No, everyone knows that I know this. That I do it. Sometimes I advertise it on my own Facebook. Not everyone follows me. Everyone doesn't understand it. Um, but each to them. Uh, do they need to know necessarily like what I'm into? I mean, take it this way: like I enjoy going out for my walks. Um, I live on my own. I work on my own. Um, so if I'm going somewhere, I kind of go somewhere and then I head home straight away because I've done what I needed to do. So now I go out on walks and I take pictures and I take action figures with me and I'll take pictures of them while I'm out. I won't do it in front of people. I'll go off into a secluded area. But it takes me away. And actually, it's an escape. If people are not into it, they don't understand it. But it's like this whole nostalgia, collecting figures and stuff like that. For me, is kind of like just holding on to a little bit of your childhood, or it's that little bit of the good times, a little bit of hope, just just anything. And I suppose collecting action figures fits into the same category of liking Star Wars. We don't necessarily think Star Wars is the most awesomest film ever, but we'll put it in the background, and it's just that kind of sort of like feeling safe and at home. And collecting stuff, like collecting figures and stuff, fits into that sort of like weird nostalgia. And if people take the piss out of it, they take the piss. But end of the day, you know what it means to you, so just own it. Why not? Do you know what I mean? I'm 42. I'm on YouTube. I'm painting an action figure, and I'm having a time of my life. Or I could be sitting in the other room, just sat there, not actually physically doing anything. Maybe playing a bit of Fortnite. But I can come on here and talk to you guys, inspire you guys. You paint your own clones and go and do some other bits like that. So yeah, just enjoy it, mate. Don't let other people get you down at all. Battlefront 2, okay, he's jealous about Fortnite. It's Padme 5. Well, the thing is, like, Battlefront 2 is dead, and it's been dead for about 2 years. It's only the moderators or the modders keep it alive. So, what do you think about the customs YouTube? I haven't seen his, to be honest. I'll have a look after these. I don't care what anyone say about my collection. I'm very proud. Yeah, that's it. Just own it. Me too. Mr. T, yeah, thumbs up. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I remember when I first started this, I was at work and people were just like, oh, like this. And I kept it to myself. I changed jobs. I kept it to myself when I went to this other place and everyone was like, oh, you're on YouTube, you do YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And I feel like I do a good job. So I'm not kind of sort of embarrassed about it. And I've met so many good people through doing it as well, especially with Instagram and stuff like that. And I wouldn't trade it in for the world. Those people that I talk to on there get me, they understand me more than other people that are in my actual life every day. So yeah, just just enjoy it, mate. If you enjoy it, there might be a couple of years where you might drop and not start collecting, which is fine. I did the same. And then I got back into collecting, and it's helped me through a very difficult time in my life. The last 2 years have been really difficult, um, but it's given me something to like do and inspire other people, um, build up my creativity because I don't draw anymore. I just don't have the passion to draw. But doing these and buying a clone, like this, that was just a standard white clone, and I've put that to my shelf, and I can add it to my shelf of my other clone troopers. No one else has got a clone like this. Maybe they don't want one because it looks crap, but I'm the only one that's got it, and I've created that, and now it's cool, and I've got my own backstory of what this guy has been through, or how he is, and how he communicates with Bezel, and yeah, I mean, I'm talking like Bezel like is an actual canon clone trooper, but he's not. It's my clone trooper. Like no one else has him. But yeah, it's just cool. It's the creativity of it. It's brilliant. And if you do Instagram, if you take pictures, it just brings a lot more into it as well. It's just a thing that keeps on giving, as I keep saying. Yeah, they are awesome. They're really cool. Maybe they're not the ones on Facebook. Facebook people seem always seem to be really aggy, but the Instagram people, even though it's ran by the same people, the Instagram people are just so sort of giving. They're brilliant. They tell you like they've done a good job, and yeah, it's just great. Love it. Uh, I never knew there were so many people who had the same. Exactly. Like for me, I absolutely love the clone troopers and stuff like that, and then the stormtroopers customizing, and there's people that enjoy that. And you probably see on my Instagram as well, like I do the watches as well. And there's amount of people that I've spoken to that only used to do pictures of stormtroopers, but now do their pictures of their watches more than they do Star Wars, and then vice versa. Like now they pull it into their own pictures and stuff like that. And there's people that collect Lego and they do it. It's just literally there's so many people out there. You think like you're alone and you're like, oh, I like this and that's it. But it's just so many people out there. If I hadn't been through the pandemic, I wouldn't have been in this hobby. Oh, really? Oh, it's a shame. Yeah, I mean, it's 4 years I started this channel. And I think with the hobby and COVID, it kind of got me through it as well. But it's definitely got me through the last 2 years. The last 2 years was worse than COVID, in my opinion, for me. But yeah, but I mean, like with you guys, with Papa Gord, we always join on his live feeds and stuff as well, and it just we're talking to each other across the globe, across the world, and showing off each other's work and all that. So yeah, so it's just cool. I just think it's amazing. Do you like the Old Republic? I played the game, the original Old Republic game, which wasn't too bad, but I'm not like a big fan. I don't follow it all. I don't read the books or anything like that. I've collected over the years, but not like I do now. Customizing definitely got me through the pandemic. Yeah, there's something about I say like customizing is very much like getting a tattoo. You're a bit apprehensive, like painting a figure at first, but once you get one, you're like, I want to do another one. Oh yeah, I want to get another one. Oh, I want to do another one, and you just want to keep applying and making customized figures and stuff like that. And you're just building these customs up that no one else has got, and they just look cool once you start building up. I mean, this whole shelf here is all customs. This one here. What am I doing? I can't. There we go. This way. That is pretty much all customs, apart from this little dude here. But the whole shelf is customs, and I wouldn't have all those, But yeah, I just enjoy it. I really enjoy doing YouTube. I enjoy being, and the main thing about doing it, I just like being creative. I just enjoy being able to sort of like go, do you know what? I'm going to do that. And I rewatch a video and I go, oh, I should have done that in that video. Or next time I'll do that in that video. And, it's just, yeah, it's brilliant. And then taking pictures as well for Instagram and stuff. We all have our kind of niche as well. I mean, especially like Rhino, he puts his little figure on the Rhino at the end and stuff like that. We all got our kind of sort of, you can tell it's from that person straight away. So, yeah, it's really cool. I got loose all the time. Toy Store. I get loose figures all the time. I can tell I'm getting tired because I'm getting far away. I get loose figures all the time at this toy store. I go for the customers. Mostly half price, depending on. Yeah. And that's the thing. You don't want to pay full price for a figure and you're going to paint it. Although the Mandalorian figures, I did pay full price for axe woes on those because they're a really good figure. Clones always do it as bootlegs because I think there's no point buying real ones. Because originally, when I first started customizing it, it did annoy me that there were so many people buying all the cheap Captain Rexes, and how many Captain Rexes out there that actually got completely mullered and customized, and put on the market just as customized, and that figure's so hard to get hold of. So I never really like buying official figures to buy to customize because I just feel like you're taking it off the market completely, even in the second hand kind of field. But then I still add paint to them now. I do the upgrading and stuff like that. But as an ex-member of like the UK Garrison and stuff like that for the 501st, those details to me are really important. So when I don't see those figures with the details that they need, I just find it's a big letdown. So that's why I kind of want to upgrade the figures to make them the best that they can be. Even though Hasbro, I mean, they can't, because of the paint apps and stuff, and I don't want to pay more for a figure. So if it means me sitting down in the dark quietly adding those things, I don't mind. Plus, I get a YouTube channel out of it. Mostly half the price, depending on the character. Nice. I do both KOs and actually Black Series. Yeah. I have actually bought. I've changed my mind now. I mean, with Marvel Legends as well, I've gone out there and purchased some figures to make a custom, or combined both. Like I needed parts of Carnage, so there was a Carnage bootleg figure, and then I bought a cheap Ben Riley figure and made Spider Carnage out of it. So I kind of sort of do dab into a little bit of it all. If I can improve my collection, I'm not buying my collection to resell it on. You know, that's my kids' jobs once I've gone. But I'm not here to resell my collection at any time. So I just want to sit here and make my collection my own and just make it the best it can be, with all those extra details and stuff on there. Get loose figures on it. Oh, I'm getting look, it's getting lost. I do take them apart and do full customization. Yeah. See, even now, and it's like a skill thing as well, isn't it? Like you slowly improve your skills, you improve your painting. I never take my figures apart, and then recently I started doing it with my GI Joe customs, and then I was like, oh my god, like I can get right into those details. I can change that part and stuff. Started sealing the characters or understanding what a matte coat is or priming. Yeah, just each time we're just improving, which is fun. Granddaughters? What? How old are you? My granddaughter's already laid claim on my collection. Love it. What figure are you in the market for now? What I'm currently looking for. My figure that I really want to get is Mara Jade. But I've refocused back on Black Series as well. I kind of had my stint into Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends for me, it's like a little niche kind of shelf. Like it's only comic book characters. I don't do the MCU or anything like that. So the only time that I would rebuy a brand new Captain America, if they do a brand new Captain America, that looks a lot better than the traditional Captain America that I got on the shelf. If not, I won't be buying any others. So it's kind of like, as long as I've got that character, I'm satisfied. Unless it's Spider-Man, then I buy untold different Spider-Men. I love it. Apart from the Spider-Verse ones, because they just look a little bit odd for me. What do you think? Bedlam Raiders from Jedi Survivor. I haven't played it. Yeah, I haven't played the game yet, to be honest with you. 57 years old? Damn. Nice. Oh, so close to 60. No, but it's cool. I mean, to be honest, we're all kind of part of that same sort of era now, aren't we? Is it, like the generation of the nostalgia sort of stage, isn't it? So I think it's just going to be brilliant. You know, in about 20 years' time, we're going to be like 70-year-olds walking around with like Back to the Future t-shirts and stuff, rather than old men wearing chinos and like beige shirts. You know, once we start getting older, we're going to be like Back to the t-shirts, Spider-Man t-shirts and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, yeah, it's going to be a whole new era for the oldies. Thanks for reminding me. No problem, mate. That's what I'm here for. Right, so this guy's I think is kind of sort of like finished off. So I'm just going to add a few more extra chips now into his Elpo pads that we just added. Just little quick flicks. Beep, boop, boop, boop. And then I've got my black wash here, which is just water and black paint. Love it. So you got types, you know, even though I use a wash, it's not always a full wash that I use. I normally just dab the brush right down and then kind of just like dry brush it onto the actual figure. Again, having that sense of control of like the weathering rather than just splodging it all over the actual figure itself and then just kind of like wiping it away, because then you just have a lot of access. So what I use is just like a bit of just a little bit on the actual thing, and I'll go down and I kind of add more. It's kind of more like shading. So I just like bring in the lines down this kind of way and then just dab around a little bit. Not too much, just along on the lines as well. Just sort of shade off the parts that would be sort of underneath certain areas. So we get a little bit more definition into those cheeks. Up on the side. If you've got a bit more detail and you want a bit of like lines in there, just go to town a little bit more inside there. You know, especially over the belt. Go to town, just dab it. Just all over the belt. You can bring out all that detail in there and it just looks like dirt and chipping. You can like dab your finger on it, just give it a bit more of a like smear and whatnot. Over the paint areas just to give a little bit more dirt look. Bit more dirt around here, dirt under the belt, dirt inside there. Splodge it down on this. Little taps here. Underneath. You just got to think as well, just where dirt would actually mount up. So we would have dirt all along here. Probably a lot more dirt on the top of here. The rain would slide all this and be more cleaner than underneath. You know, this guy has been on the same missions as Commander Bezel. And Commander Bezel is kind of dirty as well. So I'm just going to put all this around. Go to town. I always like just stroke it all over the feet. Doesn't really matter. What you can do is just get a bit more darker bits. Splodge in certain areas. Go to town a little bit more on the feet. Splodge it up. Because obviously they're running through dirt, so it would be a lot more thicker at the bottom and it would be splatting up the legs. I've got all this sort of red down here. Just fix off. So I'll let them dry a little bit. So there is. It's all quite bright actually, but it's a little bit more muddy than it shows up on the camera because it's bright white, as the Foosh would say. Got here. Beep, beep, beep. Thanks for reminding me. I've been basically obsessed with Star Wars since I was 12. Was that how old? Did you go and see it on the original releases? And I guess is some websites to go shop for figures in the UK, Kapow Comics and In Demand. Yeah, so I use In Demand Toys. That's what I always go to. Kapow is kind of like my third sort of look. Comics and Cocktails. Callum, who's on the channel often, he uses Comic and Cocktails quite often. Obviously, Star Action Figures is a good website. They do quite good sales, and props and replicas as well. I've just bought Falcon off there as well. It should be Wednesday. I think it should be arriving. I just decided I wanted another GI Joe, so I thought I'd get Falcon. But even though his face sculpt is apparently quite crap, so I need to look into that as well. Maybe not obsessed, but a huge fan. I think we go through stage. I mean, I used to be obsessed, but since there's like so much new media out there now for Star Wars, I cannot digest it all. I watched the Clone Wars. I enjoyed the Clone Wars. But if someone said, "Oh, you know, Episode 7, such and such," and they landed on that planet, and I'll be like, yeah, I think so." But obviously, there's people out there like huge fans now. They're just like literally can read it all off. There's all those books. I mean, there's 9 films now rather than 12 films really, or 11 films. 11 films compared to what we had when we was a kid. Was only had 3 films. Do you know what I mean? So we knew like a hard question back then was what planet was blown up in Star Wars? Do you have? I have custom droids. I have got quite a few custom droids. Tread droid from scrap plastic. I think I remember that actually. I remember you doing that. It looked really cool. Copied to 3.75s. That's good. Made into 6-foot scale. 6 foot. Jeez, 6 inch. We need more droids to be honest. We do. A buddy of mine printed me an R1. Yeah, I'd love an R1 actually. Gonk droids. I got a gonk droid. Brad, what? Yeah. So this shelf down here is all my droids. Most of them are customs. They're all Bandai kit droids, and I've got a few C3PO customs as well, which is is it X3PO, K3PO, and R3PO, which is like the white one and the red one from Empire Strikes Back. TC14 I've made as well. And then loads of astromech droids as well. So R2KT, Hondo's droid. I made an actual custom of that as well. Ket Fisto's droid, Goldie, the Coca-Cola droid from Disney's thingy. Ahsoka's R4 droid as well. So I've got quite a few there. I want to make Obi-Wan's R4 droid next, to be honest. So yes, I mean, if you go back on the channel, actually, even if you follow my Instagram, you'll see some of the droids and stuff on there that I've made. So I'll probably have to do some sort of like videos of recollections. Like this is all my droids, this is all my Mandos, this is all my 501st, this is all my 212s, and whatnot. So we've got these two now, kind of next to next. Looking all right. Slightly different blues, but hey ho. But I kind of prefer the blue on this, to be honest, than this blue. I think this blue I used something else and I didn't like it when I was making it. So they are there together. He kind of needs like a cool blaster. Right. I'm hoping this fits because it looks really cool. So I'm kind of hoping. It's kind of like ginormous sniper. Oh, they don't have double joints, do they? There's me thinking you had a double jointed elbow. There we go. Actually, I'm going to put this to one side. And then what I do is pop these lights around. Bright white. I've got that in my head now. Let's tidy up this desk a little bit. Let's get all the paints and the things down this side. Move this over here. What have I done here? There. God, that's going crazy. I'm going to pop him around there, bring the lights down. Ooh. Pop that there. Right, let's bring you. Just pop you on here. Like so. So you can still get a pretty picture of me. And we're just going to bring these right down. Going to bring the lights down. I'm going to take it all down now. Dee. Oh, geez, my phone is well hot. It's probably because it's on charge as well at the same time. But we'll just pop this on here. And then we can have an actual look at the actual figure. So we've got obviously command the bezel. Let's bring that a bit closer. Let's get in focus. And then now, I kind of have the idea that this guy's called Split because he's got like a split personality, like a bit like a sort of like bipolar, but like a clone trooper. Like there's instead of having like one distinctive personality, he kind of has a bit too. So yeah, he's the sniper. Kind of basic, just the red and blue coming down on that part there, but with a cool sniper. So let's just come back up. Oh my god, I've missed so many comments. Comp droids, blah blah blah. I've got a racket. What's that one? Okay, yeah. I've got the 3-pack Mando, but they're making a better and a better version of him. Cheaper face, purple coin. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be pretty cool actually. I made Jabba's white with a red line. Okay, yep. Do you have a clone trooper crease as a custom? Cries. Is that the 212 one? I haven't for that. But is that just remind? Is that the 212 one with the sort of like kind of like cross type orange on his chest? I'm the only one that's lagging. Clouds are rolling in. Have you ever thought about making any dioramas? Well, we spoke about this. I kind of would like to make a proper diorama, but it's just about room. Like, so where I do my customs here is where I do my Instagram as well. So it's kind of like always moving. So I do a little pictures here. I need to take it away and stuff. So I haven't really got the place for an actual like sitting diorama, and that's why I kind of made the New York kind of scene. You know, like it's in sections, so I can take it away, collapse it down, put it aside. So yeah, I would love a diorama Tatooine style. I'm also thinking about because when I go out and about and I do my pictures, I kind of like the mossy floors, and I'm thinking about actually buying something like a tray like I can grow real moss on, and it can be like a floor base. And then what I do, I put it in front of like the TV for backgrounds and stuff, for like backdrops and whatnot. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of as well. Uh, New York. I switched today's. Got burnt out from figures. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as I said, like I would do more dioramas, but it's just also time as well. Sounds like my late one. Is that the bipolar split? Yeah, same mate. Uh, uh, hello, hello, Mister B. Hello, Roland. Cries as a trooper. Yeah, he's a 212. Yeah, I actually thought about doing him a little while back, um, but I never got around to doing it. But perhaps in the future I may do. Is a channel to watch Boyle Hobby. I have to write all these down. Very good. I'm trying to make three-dimensional backgrounds. Nice. Yeah, it's just sort. I mean, I'm trying. I just want sort of like. I mean, my shelves as well. They change a lot, and because I've got the tier sort of things on them, it's kind of hard to sort of like put them into a place as well. What I need is a diorama. It's probably about I don't know 12 inches long, 15 inches long, probably about 12 inches deep, just so enough it'll fit on my shelf and I can take it off and then maybe like pull it up on the top of one of these shelves up here, just so I can take it down and move it, you know, so it's not so big and not so small that I can't take pictures in, if that makes sense. Hello. Yeah, so that's kind of it. I mean, he's all finished. Clone Trooper split, and my phone's kind of died once again. Don't know why it's doing this today. It's very weird. But yeah, just a simple one. And his little baby brother. There we go. Look. Like another little clone with a deficiency of like, you know, small little wee guy. Hey, what's up, guys? Shout out, Prime. No, don't watch him. I do. If there's something that I really need to know, if there's a figure that I'm thinking about buying, I might watch Artemis Prime. But it's kind of like I don't know. You know, he seems an all right guy, but it's just sometimes he's a little bit too much for me. The Foosh is my kind of go-to kind of guy, and Mike as well, Mike Crease. But Mike's not been doing much lately, unfortunately. So the Foosh is all about everything and anything. So I go to him for my sort of like my updates really for any kind of figure stuff that I've missed out or that I don't cover, like DC Multiverse and stuff. Even though I don't really collect it, I still have a little bit of like interest in there because sometimes there's a few DC characters that I want to pick up or something like that. So, but that's about it. I don't really watch a lot of other YouTube channels that review because I'll watch their review after I've got the figure and done a review myself because otherwise you feel like you were taking subliminally, you were taking their kind of like words when you're doing your review. So I kind of like to make it more me when I do my own review. So I sort of like stay away from doing their own. Can you see me all right? Am I a little bit dark? I think I'm all right on here, I guess. But yeah, no, that's it. Have a custom on the shelf. I'll take some pictures in a minute and put them on Instagram. We finished the Clone Trooper as well last week. Scout Trooper. Which I actually added a bit more paint details to him. Actually, I kind of wish it. Have I got enough? Let's have a look. Can I make this bigger? Yeah, let's go. This don't need me, dear. So there we go. So I've actually added some of the extra parts on there. So I've actually added these as like that dark grey now in these bits down here on the webbing and stuff. So gave him a bit of a matte coat. But he doesn't hold the gun very well. But yeah, gave him a matte coat as well over the end. So he's all kind of dribbled down and stuff now. So, and I painted this part as well, gave it the sort of grey rather than just being all red. So yeah, it's turned out pretty well. Enjoyed making this one. He looks pretty cool. And actually, yeah, he does actually look like he's part of the unit, doesn't he? But let's go get out and bring him over. So yeah, it's just kind of cool just having your own sort of custom figures that no one else has got, There you go, stay. I mean, who else can say that they've got all those on the shelf? And then there's some of my favourite clones is my Skeletor clone. Absolutely love this guy, how he turned out. He looks pretty cool. And then obviously in his head, he's actually got like the little goatee looking a bit like Skeletor. His hair all run down. The clone that everyone loves on Instagram, which is the Templar Knight. And then obviously the one that never stands. The turtle clone. Dun, 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 dun. We need a new Imperial officer body. We do. There was something that used it recently, wasn't there? Another figure that came out. No, they updated it, but it was the Dark Knight Imperial. It was just awful. It wasn't awful, but it just had no articulation. It was just held within that massive black cape. But you had butterfly joints and stuff in there. So possibility that we might be getting a new officer, but it's a little too late because most of the Imperials and the officers are out already. So those look all good to give out. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. I started making Woodland Squad. I should finish it. Nice. Send a picture. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, even with the turtle one as well. Like you got to have the old 80s nostalgia, and yeah, you got to do it. But even his eyes, he's got the like a bandana and the sort of nod to the old white eyes underneath as well. And he just painted it onto the back of his head, sort of thing. But yeah, it's in there. But even in the teeth, in the grooves and stuff like that as well. So you just sometimes you've got to have a bit of fun, haven't you? A bit of laugh doing these and stuff. So yeah, I think I might even take my customs out next time I go for a walk, actually, and start taking some pictures and whatnot of them out there. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think I hate to say how many customs I've done now since the channel started. Like, I can't believe it's actually 4 years since I started as well, and so much has happened in those 4 years. Like mental amount how much has happened in those 4 years, and what's got me through is this. Honestly, I would have, if I didn't do this, I just don't know what I would have focused on at all. So yeah, scary thought. But I'm here. You guys are here, and loving it, loving it, loving it. Like, look. Right, so I might actually call it quits here. Been on for over 2 hours, blimey, and you guys have kept me company all this time as well, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go and play some Fortnite. So if anyone plays Fortnite or wants to play, just send me a Instagram message, and then I'll add you into the squad if you want to play. Normally, I play with a few people quite regularly, but if we've got a spot, you're welcome to join in. So always looking for more. And obviously, it's Star Wars at the moment. Cannot knock it. A great seeing you again, my friend. Yeah, great seeing you too, mate. It's been good. Good luck. Enjoyed the live. Thank you so much. Well, I'll do another one soon. I've got a couple of things that I want to not upgrade, so it's not worthy of a video. But they will be some of the Power Rangers. I want to add some extra details to them to come up with the other ones, and it'll just be another hangout video like this. And also, I'll probably do another little video while I'm upgrading the Boba Fett as well. I will have to do him. He's definitely the next one on the cards. Is the upgrading of the Jedi ruins kind of sort of Boba Fett. So it will be coming along. So I've got to tidy all this up. I always tidy. After I do a live and it's just a mess, and now I've got to tidy it all back up again. God, what a shame it. But no, enjoy it all. It's lovely. So thank you all, guys. Thank you for sharing as well. And it's been a bit of a deep conversation as well tonight, which is nice. Always appreciate it. So thank you all so much, and I will see you again next time. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, ding the bell, follow me on Instagram. You can join the channel wherever you're from for 99p or 99 cents. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.